Hey everybody, it's Robert with the Secret Wine Society, where it's our job to bring you everything strange, wonderful, and amazing in the world of wine. Tonight we've got something a little different. We're about to go into lockdown. It's Sunday night, probably about 7:30. It's very dark outside, rainy, crummy. So I thought I'd open this Grand Cru. Check this out. We're gonna do a random walk of the shelf. So I thought, well, I need to have a glass in my hand. So why not have some Marcel Dice Grand Cru from 2010? This is the Altenburg de Bergheim. Now this is a field blend, a traditional field blend of 13 local grape varieties. This stuff is absolutely killer, and hey, I deserve it, right? So anyway, let's take a look at the shelves, because some of you guys come in here, you breeze in, you breeze out, and we don't have any signage. And honestly, these shelves are a complete mess. We've got so much wine coming in, so much good stuff that things get put everywhere, but it's our job to find the stuff for you. So, okay, back to this is our section for local stuff. We've got some Pinot Noirs in here. I'm really liking this Flaneurbe. This guy's doing some awesome work. That's new. Winderley over here, this Marrakesh Vineyard. I'm in love with this bottle. That's awesome. We got some local whites. Brandberg, of course. Terry does incredible work, and thank you, Katie, for coming over. Happy birthday, by the way. And then, of course, Spangler, our friend, Pat. So I've got some stuff underneath the counter. I've got his 2008 Malbec, if you're interested. That's delicious, by the way. It is smoking good. Down this way, we've got a few new things. I love Gramercy Cellars. These Syrahs are absolutely killer. This is kind of lonely up here. We need to order a little bit more of that. This Moulin Road is a blend from Washington. It's absolutely killer for the money. Let's see. These, of course, Walla Walla Fruit down here. Okay, these are new, and these may not be on the shelf for very long. When I went back to Ohio, I brought back some really cool Chardonnay, if you can believe it or not, from Ohio. This is Lake Erie Chardonnay, grown up in Conneaut. This is absolutely killer. This is a $56 Chardonnay, and it's worth every single penny. Trust me on that. I know my Chardonnay is one of my favorite grapes, and that is unlike anything coming out of even California. It's killer. So let's go this way. Well, speaking of very high-end California Chardonnays, this is excellent, right? But it's also $79, but it is really, really nice. This is the closest approximation to a white Burgundy that I've seen come out of California yet, at least it's gone through this shop. Let's check out our wine. So this is the Marcel Dice. Look at that color. 2010 Grand Cru. Honeyed apricot. This is killer. Like, it's still warming up, so I'm gonna hold off. All right, what do we have here? So we're a little down on Ridge. I love Ridge. I use American Oak exclusively. Got some more of that coming in. Of course, Sequoia Grove, Napa Valley. This is a great deal as far as Napa cabs that are quality for $52. This is the quality price ratio is outrageous on this wine. Down here, I'm really in love with this Substance. This is a Sauv Blanc for $24. Charles Smith. It's got incredible concentration. I love that wine. But conversely, so this is a Mendocino Sauvignon Blanc, and this has got that grassy thing going on that I absolutely love. If you like that, dry grasses and fresh mown hay, stuff like that, this is really awesome once in a while. It's not fruity at all. Down this way, what do we have? Cloudy Bay, that's a classic, obviously. I don't drink a lot of Sauv Blanc from New Zealand, but it is very good. Here we've got probably one of the best bargains in here. This is actually a blend from Portugal, Bom Ventos. So it's got several grapes that most people wouldn't recognize, but silky smooth, just beautiful purple fruits. You know, I would drink this in the same day. If you wait too long, it gets too much oxygen and flattens out a little bit. But the purity of fruit is outrageous for $14. That's incredible. This Staccar, this is a Pinot Gris orange wine. It's kind of hiding over in the shadows here. This is fantastic. It's an orange wine, so if you aren't familiar with those, we can talk about it when you guys come in, but trust me, these are really interesting wines. They're not your average white wine. There's some tannic structure in these, and this could use some aged cheddar cheese to really set it off. That's a delicious wine. Up here, of course, we really love wines of Illyria. For the money, these wines are outrageously good. This is Blatina, that's the varietal. This is Vranic, this is the newer varietal. This is from, I believe, 2012. Yeah, and this is drinking great. This is our Thanksgiving wine right here. It is, Vranic's the name of the grape, and it is related to Primitivo and Zinfandel, and I think some strange European varietal that I don't remember right now, but it's fantastic. This is their Stone Cuvée. This is a combination of two white grapes, Zilavka and Bena, and it's just got so much stone fruit and just delicious concentration. That'd be great with poultry chicken. So Thanksgiving wines, these two are a no-brainer. So let's see, what else do we have? We have this Daphnios. Now, surprisingly enough, I wasn't sure what the reaction would be to this wine, but this is a Greek wine, and that's actually the name of the Liatiko is the name of the grape. Daphnios is the name of this blend, or this bottling. But this particular grape is really, really good. People across the board, new people to wine, love it. Wine geeks love it. It's been really popular, and it's not very expensive. $23. We're gonna skip over a lot. So this Fita is this is another blend from Portugal. $18, big, rich, just great structure. Excellent wine for the money. I mean, you'd be very surprised when you drank this. This Las Uvas de la Ira, this is actually Grenache, but it is incredible. So this is Spanish. And I fell in love with this bottle because of the structure. It's so light and just, it's got this concentration, this purity, but it's not this over-extracted Grenache like some of these things coming out of Spain that are just way too much, super high alcohol. But this is just, it's hard to describe, but you need to try it. It's a wonderful bottling. So we're gonna skip, well, I won't skip up here. Hiding in the very corner is this little bottle, and this is a grape called Baga, and this one is one of the silkiest red wines you'll ever have in your life. This was fermented in amphora, and it is just delicious. It's hard to describe it until you've had it, but the silkiness on the palate is outstanding. This one is Weigelt. This is Austrian. This is a red with really high acid, great fruit. This is a very easy to like wine, and it's not expensive. So Zweigelt is the grape. Let's go this way. Okay, so this one is a Malvasia de Stygius, and this one is a particular biotype, or let's say a type of Malvasia that's specific to this area. This is an aged white wine. This is very hard to describe to people. It's one of those wines that you really, either you're gonna love it or hate it, and if you're a wine person, you will love it. If you're new to wine, you're gonna be like, what the hell is this? But it is incredible, but it's aged. And if you love age on your white wines, this is a beautiful Malvasia. We're really getting into Malvasia here because it makes some excellent wines. Down here, this Dandelion, this is a really great Albarino. It's fantastically delicious, rich, concentrated, great aromatics. It's a wonderful, wonderful Albarino. This is a brand new one that I just got in. We're going to be trying this one tomorrow and give you guys word back. But I had this. This is one of those wines that you had to grab when it's available. And the people that I highly trust said it's amazing. And I'm going to find out tomorrow. So I'll report back to you guys. Down this way, we still have a couple bottles of Trenzato, if you guys are familiar with that, from the Canary Islands. An amazing white wine. This is another one that's very polarizing. Wine geeks will love it, and if you're new to this, you're gonna be like, what the heck are you trying to get me to drink here? Down this way, we still have Antidoto. This is one of the first wines that really flew out the door for us. It's 2018. This is Ribeira del Duero. Really the most balanced Tempranillo that I've ever had. It's delicious, easy to drink. Up here, so this Grenache in the newspaper, this is really, really good. I think a lot of people would miss this if they're not really looking closely. And I love the label. It's, you know, sometimes these labels are a little bit gimmicky, but this one's very fun. I like it. Really a big fan of this one. This bottle up here is kind of hiding. This has been in and out of the shop. This is actually a blend. You see it just says Spain on it. And that's because it's got white grapes and all. It's just a crazy blend that I can't even remember how many grapes are in it. And don't worry about it. Just drink it. It's very good. This Alvarinho hiding in the corner because the bottle's tall. There's nothing like it. You need to try this at least once. This is Portuguese. Down this way, we've got some wines from Basque region. This Ben Getze is very good. I love this. It's not made in the traditional style because it doesn't have the effervescence to it. I love this, but again, these are kind of, this Stimatum is very good too. This is using some local varieties from Basque region. It is super smooth, almost no tannins at all. So you're gonna either like it, I mean, if you want that dryness, you won't like this, but it's delicious, I have to say. Down this way, so we have this Puy Fumé. This is the current vintage of this. This is actually from 2015, and they aged it in bottle. This has got just explosive floral aromatics. This is a delicious Puy Fumé, so I love this bottling. So if you're not familiar with that, so this is Sauvignon Blanc, 32 bucks, and this wine is outrageously good. It just explodes out of the glass. It's kind of hiding. This is a new Burgundy we got in, and I tell you what, I drank it over 2 or 3 days, just really thinking it over, and it just started to really grow on me. It's very well done. I actually think this could age several years. It's a 2017, and it's drinking good with air. I would even decant it a little bit, but it's got the bones to go longer than that. Chablis down here, we've got a lot more Chablis coming in. Of course, this Beaujolais section is outrageous. We've got a couple stragglers in here. This is actually a Cab Franc that shouldn't be there. This is a Côte Rouennaise, and this is Gamay as well. Technically not Beaujolais, but it's considered the lost crew of Beaujolais. This is fantastic. This Morgon from George Ducombe is outrageously good for the money. This, okay, so these are actually not the same. This Bouillat, this is a Morgon, so this is Gamay, but this is vinified or fermented in amphora, and this one here is not. This is a regular. They're both delicious. I actually like the amphora a little bit better. It adds more structure and minerality to it. That's delicious. This has been flying off the shelves. It's a nice blend of Malbec and Alicante, and obviously they want you to know that. It's really good. Altesse, this is another grape that I'm really in love with. We found another Altesse, and I'll probably come across it here in a minute. That is absolutely fantastic. Those can age, typically high acid, and they can go the distance. This Chenin Blanc, this is a Sauvignier. This is really, really, really good. Now, this is not a cheap wine. It's about 60, excuse me while I take a drink. Oh boy, it's good. Wow. So, about $63, but Chenin Blanc, you can age this one probably at least a decade, maybe 2. Down this way, you guys discovered this one because it's 14 bucks. This is Carignan, and this is vinified with carbonic maceration. So they are using whole clusters in a low oxygen environment to give some really nice blueberry aromatics. This is delicious. Low tannin, very easy to like. And of course, if you know Bruno Claire, you guys will know exactly what this is. This Clemens is still here. This is one that I really like, and I think people don't know what it is, but this is from Fronton. It's got 50% Negrette, and it's got some Syrah and Cab Sauv, but that Negrette gives it a really nice black licorice flip at the end, which is great with spicy lamb. This is a really nice bottle. People just don't realize. I think it's because it's dark and hiding. This way, of course, this Crozes Hermitage. This one's drinking great. This is like 25 rather. Sorry, I misspoke, but it's drinking great. I love the funkiness on this. If you like earthy Syrahs, this is a good place to start. Of course, we still have the Vieux Donjon. A lot of you guys tried that and loved it. This is just, you have to experience this. If you want a high-end bottle, Chateauneuf du Pape, and you want to know what all the fuss is about, it's going to set you back a little money, but this is crazy good. The mid-palate lift is outrageous. So let's get on this way. So we've got the Langhe Nebbiolos here. This one is just lip smacking good. That's the best way for me to describe it. A lot of red fruit, but just absolutely delicious. We're getting a lot of Barolos in. This Castiglione is not anywhere near ready to drink. The fruit is just massive. 2016, in case you didn't know, was a great vintage in Barolo. So we're loading up on these, but some of them are not ready to drink. This is one of them that actually, if you're going to grab it, it needs to go in your cellar. Even decanting, it's not going to work. This way, we've got this Montanidoli. This is a 2014 Tuscan blend, and this is the muddiest, most mineral dirty blend ever. And you either like it or you don't. I happen to really like this wine. And I think it's 26 bucks, but just this, it's almost like you filtered it through something muddy. And that sounds weird, but I'm telling you, just the earthiness and this raw minerality that it has is crazy. Now, you get that occasionally in some of these Italian wines, and I love to put that in front of people, and it's polarizing, but the people that love it, love it. You might be one of those people. This Sapaio is just, this is a super Tuscan, just massive, massive amounts of fruit. Very pure and concentrated. So what else? This has been very popular. This is a Rosso di Valtellina. This is a Nebbiolo, high altitude Nebbiolo. It's ready to drink now. I think it's a 2017, yes. But just beautiful, the cut, the clarity. Sounds like I'm talking about diamonds, but it's just the purity of this fruit is amazing. Like this is the best seller at our Thanksgiving wine pairing tasting. This was it. It's really good. I bought several cases because if you don't have this for Thanksgiving dinner, you need it. What else? So this is actually a really interesting bottle. So we found this probably maybe a month and a half ago, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It's about $40, I think, roughly. This is a blend from Piedmont, and it's 80% Riesling and 20% Gewürztraminer, which is insane. But it looks kind of like this color. But the flavor profile, there's nothing like this wine. I bought the rest of it. I said, how much do you have? They're like 4.5 cases. I said, I'll take it. It is really that good. This is a Nascetta. This is also from Piedmont. Nascetta is the name of the grape. This is so savory and good. So if you are a cook and you want something very different that's very flexible with food, this is crazy good. Now this one, this is a Verdicchio di Metallica, and this is actually on the, at least it was on the wine list for the French Laundry at about 80 bucks. It's crazy good. This is a Verdicchio, and it's fantastic. Over here we've got this is a Petit Arvin, and this is a Prie. These are all northern Italy. This is another Prie. This is just, you got to try these. They're very different. They're high acid, and they're just the purity. It's like mountain stream water. It's incredible. Up top, we already looked at that. Down here, I haven't been selling as much of this lately because it's hiding over here. But this is from Piedmont, Garganega. Let's see the pronunciation. Garganega, something like that. Garganega, something like that. I can never remember the accent. But this is delicious. The spiciness, just the thyme, and just the neat herbal spices that flip at the end. This is incredible. I love this wine. This is a Soave, and this is Soave Classico. So that is the original land that was called Soave, and they expanded it after that, but this is the original and the best land. That's where that comes from, and it is the best of the best. Piero Pan. Down here we've got a Kerner hiding in the corner. That's the grape varietal. That's fantastic. Let's see up here, this is actually a Corvina, which this usually goes into things like Amarone, but it's vinified by itself. This is one for the wine geeks to say you had it, the monovarietal. It's actually not bad though, I like it. Over here, this Occhio di Terra. This is a Malvasia di Lipari. So Lipari is one of the Aeolian islands off of Sicily. This is one of those wines that I give to people that say, I don't like white wines, because it's crazy good. It smells like oranges. It's got beautiful color. It's dry, but it's got just crazy fruit aromatics. You could easily see how they could turn this into a dessert wine, which I think they do, but they don't export it. This is delicious. And we're gonna wrap it up here real quick so I can get my wife home, we can eat. This one, you guys know this, Piedroso Aglianico. This is just drinking great for 22 bucks. 2016, if you guys like Chianti Sangiovese, 2016 is one to load up on. So this Antinori is great. I've also got another one, Colti Buono over there, which was a 93 plus point wine, a real 93 plus points. That was just fantastic. And then over here for the finale, when you guys are thinking about champagne, Henri Giraud. Now this is my favorite bottle. I've probably got one left for sale because I'm going to keep this one. But this is a Brut Rosé, and this was fermented in amphora, and it is absolutely incredible. This isn't the cheapest bottle around, but this is a Grand Cru and can just consider to be the best of the best. So at any rate, yeah, I would see. We probably have some others. This one, this is his Hommage au Pinot Noir from IE, and yeah, I gotta say this guy's stuff is the best of the best. At any rate, I've got to get home. We're gonna get locked down for 2 weeks. Just remember, you guys can still buy wine to go. We'd love to see you, but you can't stay and drink. But we are certainly available to sell you some wine. We'll see you on the other end. We'll be dropping more videos and giving you just more value when we get back. This 2 weeks will give us an opportunity to make some plans. So love you guys. Stay tuned. Have a great Thanksgiving. Don't let them steal it from you. Got it? Okay, talk to you soon.